No! Ow!
Oh my God.
Ow! Whoa! That'll wake you up in the morning, baby. Guys,
Guys are so
Welcome everyone to the
nuts.
stream.
this is
Boys.
watermelon hail.
Ooh, I gotta change the red circle. Welcome everyone. We'll be starting very shortly. We've got a
Doesn't
packed
look like it
show today.
May not be on the ground right now, so Dick
Also
Worsham.
a quick show.
Dude, I can't. I just can't with that name.
My Wi-Fi signals. What the? Connection is unstable. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You gotta double check this out, guys. Double stream. We're streaming the stream.
How are you doing tonight, Phoenix of the Gods? Someone from my apartment complex is tuning in. Please reroute all the Wi-Fi to my apartment. What's going on?
Oh my! Not what I was expecting. Are you intentionally playing like the audio sound thing?
Me?
Do you hear that, Hunter?
Yeah, is not again. Is this happening again?
No, it's not. No, it's not happening again. There's no way. There's no.
I'll see if I hear it again, but it was definitely happening.
There's no.
Right there. There's your storm. There's your
I
Vince.
think I
Storm.
am good to go.
Vince.
So let's get
Storm.
this show kicked off. In a world where tornadoes and hurricanes and blizzards, I think that's, well, we're not gonna have a blizzard, but destroying everything. I don't think we're gonna have a blizzard. One man, no, and one team of freaks stands in their way, covering it all on one show.
We have a confirmed.
I guess I gotta put your footage in here, Jordan.
From up
I keep
close.
forgetting to do that. That man is STORMCAT 5. That team is the Stormfront Freaks. And that show, this show, is Outbreak. And Outbreak starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Unbelievable, dude. TFS is crazy. Uh-oh, it's the happy hour! Let's go, Jordan! Jordan, let's get Sierra to dance, baby!
Sierra, come here.
Let's go! Hunter, I better see you
Come over
dance,
here and
brother!
pump it up. So get
I'm
Sierra
making
dance.
spirit, man.
No? Didn't want to do it. Not a chance.
Guys, it's Jordan and Sierra's anniversary. Wish them a happy anniversary in the chat. Thank God it's Friday. Guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the
got
stream,
weather.
everyone. We do have weather, guys. We have Jordan Hall. We've also got Hunter Hurley here for episode 4 of the Happy Hour with Hall here.
He said he wanted on.
What'd you say?
I think Edgar said he wanted on.
He did, yeah. I sent him the link, I think, on Twitter, so I think Edgar might be joining us as well. But, guys, we have a packed show. First of all, before we get started, let's check in first with Jordan. Jordan, how are you doing today? And you having a good Friday so far?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's been a busy last week of severe weather, so another busy weekend coming up with, I don't know, a whole lot of weather in the forecast. So that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, I think too. By the end of it, we got to remind me towards the end. I want to show your drone video because your video you got was was pretty insane from that last severe weather event we had. We're also joined by Hunter Hurley as well. Hunter, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm good. I'm good. I just got off of work a little while ago. You guys know I work in retail, and being in Kansas City, oh my goodness, the stores were packed today. Everybody's getting their milk, bread, and eggs.
Oh, I love that. I love Hunter too. He's always got models pulled up. He's always got models or something interesting pulled up today. But yeah, guys, we do have a lot to get to today, and I know Jordan, you got a fun night ahead of you, so I won't keep you guys too long. But what are we here talking about today? We are here talking about the winter storm that is going to be moving through the Ohio Valley. And my goodness, we have had, well, I tell you what, guys, I don't know if you've been following the models very closely, but the GFS and the Euro have been going at it today in an absolute knockout brawl where the Euro just has completely trended to the south. This is the trend on the Euro. The last 4 runs of the European model has shifted dramatically to the south, while the GFS model continues to just plant, a massive blizzard or massive winter storm centered right in Ohio, Illinois, and Indiana. So I don't know, guys. First of all, Jordan, I'll start with you. Have you had a chance to look at the models? A lot of these. Is there anything that's been catching your eye with this winter storm?
I mean, what I've been seeing is a lot of snowfall totals, especially near that Kansas City metro area, and those continue to increase with some of these model runs. And I think Hunter is hinting at it earlier with your what was it, the warm punch there, Hunter?
Yeah.
A little bit of a warm nose. I got the name
Yeah.
sounding up on my computer now. You can just see a little bit of a warm nose right there. That snow falling into warmer air melts and then refreezes near the surface into sleet. That'll cause a lot more issues at the I-70 border and just slightly south of the I-70 border. I'm thinking I-70 northward, we should be okay. But areas of I-70 southward towards, I would say, Nevada, Missouri, Pittsburgh, Kansas would see a bunch of sleet if that warm nose were to stay.
And I think,
and guys, go ahead, Jordan.
No, please.
Well, I think we were about to say the same thing. You can really see. So whenever I look for that, the warm nose, I always look on the 850 millibar, because what we're talking about here, guys, is when you see this line right here, this is the freezing line. That is the difference between all snow and either freezing rain or sleet. So that's why we're looking at this, quote unquote warm nose, because whenever you have a low that's sitting over here, you've got, it's going to be pulling warm or warm-ish moist air from the south. You're going to have a little bit of a warm front right there. And on the north side of that warm front is where you have your biggest areas of snow. Obviously, on the south side of that warm front is where you have your rain. And then, also you're going to have freezing rain in here as well. Because if you take a look at the 950 temperatures, see how that's further south, right? That freezing lane is further south. So what you'll have is you'll have snow that'll fall through that area of warmer temperatures. It'll melt and then refreeze when it hits the ground, and that's how you get your freezing rain. So that's what Hunter means by that, that warm nose of air, and that's going to be a problem really for a lot of people. In basically this line right here is where you're going to have that freezing rain, sleet possibly, and so that's going to be a problem there. But go ahead, Jordan. I think I interrupted you too when you were talking about something.
No, you're good. I think something else that I was noticing with the southern track, the trends of it going south, is a lot of these big metro areas are getting taken out of the ice storm threat and more put into the winter threat with the higher snowfall totals, which in turn is actually better because those ice storms can be extremely destructive wherever they do impact. So,
yeah, I completely agree. And what I think I want to do now is I just, first of all, this is the 18. What we're looking at now, this is the 18 GFS. And Bama says, I know we're not going to see snow in Columbus, Georgia. And guys, I do encourage you, if you are watching on Twitter, head on over to our YouTube so you can get the chat as well. We're at the Stormfront Freaks over on YouTube. And let me just time this out for everyone watching, and then we can kind of then I want us to look at some of the different models, because there's just, the trends today have been absolutely some of the craziest I've seen. Less than 72 hours, less than 48 hours from a winter storm like this. So the low is going to form on Sunday. But it's going to form on Saturday, move off the Rockies. And I'm going to pause it here. Sunday morning, we're going to have this big swath of wintry precipitation. That's going to be in southern Nebraska, northern Kansas, and Missouri. That's going to be when it's going to be the worst for you guys. And then as the low pushes east during the day Sunday, it's going to get a little bit stronger. And that we still could have snow ongoing in Nebraska and Kansas. And Hunter, you're going to be happy about that, my friend. But after, because honestly, that's almost 24 hours of wintry precipitation you're going to get. And then during the day Sunday, that's going to slowly slide off to the east. And then it's going to transition into more of an Ohio Valley type storm. And that is where Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, you're going to get in on a lot of snow action. And then areas to the south, northern Kentucky, southern Indiana, southern Illinois, and even into West Virginia. That's when your freezing rain is going to start. And this is going to hang around for a good part of the day, Sunday, even into Monday morning. And it's not going to slide out off the coast until Monday afternoon and evening. So this is a multi-day event with several inches, if not feet, if not up to a foot of snow in some areas and freezing rain. But that is the 18Z GFS. And I mean, this is way different from what we're seeing with the other models. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Edgar as well. Edgar, let me go ahead and bring you in here. There you go. Welcome, Edgar O'Neill. Say hi to the people. How are you doing today, Edgar?
What up? I'm doing great. I heard we were talking about snow cones, so I decided to jump on real fast. The fat kid in me was like, yeah, snow cones.
Oh, dude, I love it. Wait, you having a snow cone right now?
No, I wish I would. Like, all that talk about all the snow makes me want to get one.
I know. Well, you're not going to get any snow, are you?
No, I don't think so. Thank goodness. I'm right here close to where Jordan is, so looks like we're going to be spared. We're just going to we might get some flurries or something, but
Do you want to hear something funny, Edgar?
Yeah, I do. I love funny things.
Sierra and I were just driving back from getting our anniversary lunch at the gas station on cue, and the roads are treated. She pointed out that the roads are treated down here already.
Of course, they're going to treat them the time it's not going to have. Like, we'll have like a half-inch ice storm, and they won't treat anything. But
right, I thought that was crazy. I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah. Of course they're going to treat. Of course they're treating the roads around here. Now the big story today, guys, and I don't know, Edgar, if you've seen this, but there's been a huge southern trend in a lot of the models. If I go to the European ensembles as well, you can also see that on there. But there's been a huge tick to the south, just in the past several runs of a lot of these models. I'm telling you, yesterday when I was looking at these were like. Look at that. This is the ensemble. This is a huge trend today that has been in basically every model except for the American model. Of course, the American is still hanging on to snow for us, in central Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. But Edgar, have you seen this trend? And I don't know what your thoughts are on this winter storm.
I haven't been looking at it, but in this day and age, the good thing is you don't even have to look at models. If you just log into Twitter, 85 people have posted every model run that there is. But yeah, so I have been kind of paying attention to it loosely on that, just because I know it's not going to affect me, and I don't think I'm going to chase this event. But it is pretty interesting that it's dipping down south. I know I was talking to my good buddy Chris Hall earlier, and when this new dip down south, unfortunately, where he lives, he's now in like the area with the highest projection of ice. So I know he is not excited about that.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, I'll take snow over ice anytime. So.
Oh, I completely agree. I completely agree. Although, to be honest, I think I'd rather at least want to be in a winter storm warning, right? So the ice would suck because you run out. You knock out power and everything like that. Now, Hunter Hurley is also with us too. Hunter, you're in Kansas City right now, and obviously you're probably super excited about these trends for you because it looks like, from what I'm seeing, this just means more snow for Kansas City and less ice.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. I don't like ice, nor do I like sleet, so snow would be the best outcome for our area. We haven't seen a storm like this in, I want to say, nearly 20 years. So Kansas City certainly isn't prepared. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone's going to the grocery store, buying groceries. I've already seen plows on the road treating roads. So
nice.
Hopefully everyone's going to be prepared for this.
Wow. Yeah. And you talked a little bit, Edgar, about the freezing rain potential. And I mean, guys, I think with the strength of the cold air that's going to be in place, there is going to be a pretty wide area of freezing rate. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is just one model. This isn't a forecast. This is just one model's take on how this could show out. But I mean, Edgar, I'm seeing half an inch, quarter of an inch, half an inch, even some areas that are at an inch. I mean, that is devastating. That is just like complete, power outages everywhere.
Yeah, for people that don't know a lot about the conversions and about how much ice is bad, like a tenth of an inch of ice can be bad. You're talking about a half inch of ice is like catastrophic. We had that in where I lived. I would say it's probably about 7 years ago in central Oklahoma. I live in a pretty nice area. We were out of power for 6 days after it because it just takes down everything. I mean,
and the thing with ice too is like with this whole forecasting this entire event from the winter storm aspect to the ice storm aspect to the severe the number one thing for me as a chaser and someone who does media is the ice, in my opinion. And I have really been watching these southern trends, and I will go for ice over severe most of the time if it's going to be a significant amount of ice. But with that southern trend going away from the metro cities and mostly towards, mountainous rural communities, that's where it's going to impact less people overall. People are still going to be impacted. But as far as the media coverage wise, we're probably going to see a lot more media coverage coming out of Kansas City now because of the high snow totals. And you're not seeing your metroplex regions being affected by the ice storm, thankfully, which would cause a lot of power outages. So,
I mean,
sometimes it stinks for those people that are in the because our media, that's just it's the nature of the way it works, right? The more people, that's usually where the coverage goes. But unfortunately, these people that are up in these mountainous areas that are going to get affected by ice, if they do, it's going to be even more catastrophic for them because one, they're already up at higher elevations, but usually higher winds because wind and ice together, that's the bad combo. That's the one that I've been in, places right after massive tornadoes and stuff like that. Ice storms are so damaging. People just don't realize. So, wow. Yeah.
These are the major cities that are there. Those people are probably very happy. You got Cincy, Indy, and Kansas City that have all, this trend of this south trend has been keeping the ice away, which just means more snow for those areas.
My question mark is, if this continues trending south, does Memphis end up getting an ice storm advisory potentially?
That would be crazy.
Because Memphis is notorious for seeing some big ice storms, and we all know how the drivers are along the interstate there into Memphis. It's usually pretty ugly every time. So that's another thing to keep an eye on at the southern trend. They added more ice storm warnings.
They sure did, didn't they?
I've checked.
Yeah. So what we're looking at now, guys, this is the hazards map from the National Weather Service. Any of these warnings you see, these are winter storm warnings. These are winter storm watches in the blue, with some kind of leftover winter weather advisories from the snow earlier today. And I believe these are ice storm warnings. Yep. Let's click on them and see. Yeah, ice storm warnings down here. So that's crazy.
Starting tonight?
Up to a half.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, isn't it?
Tomorrow night, yeah. What's today?
Yeah, so
tomorrow night.
These warnings begin tomorrow night starting at 7, and they go all the way until the 6th at 7 a.m.
Wow.
So 2 days of ice warnings. Yeah, that's great.
Just pop those warnings out with 48 hours on them to start with.
I know.
Right.
I know. It's going to be really interesting how they handle the expansion of. So this tells me the pretty high confidence of a really impactful winter storm event here for this part of the country. But they're waiting, right? Because this region is kind of the region right here where they've got winter storm watches. But with the trends today, I mean, if this area were to get 4 inches of snow, that is not winter storm criteria, right? We're talking about at least 6 inches in some of those regions. So you could see the northern part of this actually go to winter weather advisories rather than winter storm warnings.
Yeah, and and we're still. We're definitely getting close enough where we're honing in where it's going to be, but there still can be some. One little tiny change can still be 100 miles difference. Of where they put a warning. So, it's definitely going to be a big storm. I think, in general, just because it's just like, where is it going to be?
One extra add-on I'll put in there is that you're going to see some brutally cold temperatures after all the snow and ice moves through. It isn't going to warm up for at least another 5 to 7 days in some of these areas. So you're looking at temperatures and possibly even in the negatives in northern Missouri, northern Kansas, southern Nebraska. So that snow, ice, sleet, it's going to be on the ground for quite a while. So I'm worried for areas like south central Missouri. Probably won't see above freezing temperatures until I would say Thursday or even Friday. So that ice is going to linger for a long while.
Yep, and that's longer.
Keep an eye on the temperature up in North Dakota too.
I mean, that's longer for the ice to be on power lines, trees, more chances for wind to blow things down. Yeah, wow, this could be a tough time for Central Missouri. That's a good call there, Hunter. I bet they're going to get. Looks like they're in the main target now.
I mean,
I agree.
If you look at Missouri, right? If you just stare at the center of the graphic, they are below average. Even that blast of kind of warm air that tries to come in from Canada doesn't actually get to them. They are below average temperature-wise for like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks plus. And obviously this can change, but at least for the next week, to your point, Hunter, they are going to be. The eastern half of the country is going to be downright cold. So all that precipitation that's going to fall. It's probably not going to melt like it has earlier this year for any snow that's fallen there. So
you're also going to see temperatures dropping all the way as far south as Central Florida, and so you're going to have a PDS lizard from tree warning down there, most likely. I've been down there when that happens. It's weird. I'm sure Edgar sees it all the time when he lives there.
Oh yeah.
Something like this, right? You got lizards falling from trees, right, and just falling right on top of people.
This isn't an exaggeration. Growing up in North Florida my whole life, I promise you, when it gets into the 50s, if you go somewhere, you will see at least like 20 people with scarves on, and it's like in the 50s. Like, not even joking. So when it gets below freezing, they're just like they're hilarious. All my family, my mom, like she'll be like, "It's gonna freeze tonight," and it's like North Florida gets that one freeze a year that's like. For 45 minutes in the middle of the night, but they all freak out. They like cover their plants. It's wild.
And it's the opposite in Ohio. Literally, when it's 50 degrees out in the spring, there are people suntanning on the lawn. So
That's great.
It just goes to show you temperatures. It's all relative. It's all where you're at.
100%.
But I do want to take a look, guys, because so we looked at the euro, and I want to show you guys the difference. Between the euro and how drastic it is, right? So this is the 12Z euro, and then let me just go ahead and pull up the GFS and pull up the same area and kind of flip back and forth between the two, because this is a huge discrepancy. I thought the 18Z GFS, which just came out, this model just came out or just ran, and we're just now getting the output of that. I thought for sure that it was going to back off and go towards the euro. But look at this. So this is the euro, right? This is the 12Z euro, 18Z GFS. 12Z euro, 18Z GFS. 12Z euro. I mean, that's crazy. And it's not like the 18Z is an outlier. This was the 12Z GFS. Mm-hmm. This was the 0Z GF or 6Z GFS. This was the 0Z GFS. So it has trended a little bit to the south today, just barely, but still. I mean, this is a huge discrepancy that we're having between the American model and the European model. So it's going to be really interesting to see which of these two models ends up winning. I'm rooting for the GFS. I don't know if any of you guys have a favorite here, but I really hope the GFS comes true, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be miserable.
Did you see the new GFS and the total freezing rain total?
Let's look.
The 18Z. I just saw it. So.
Oh wow! Yeah.
There's some
Missouri.
There's some areas that almost an inch and a half.
That's crazy.
And if those totals actually verified, that would just be insane. I don't think
that'd be terrible. They won't verify, but that's 1 point. Where's that at? That's just you don't even want. 1.43. You don't. That's ridiculous.
1.75.
152 to your east over there. 152. That's where. That's
crazy.
Ridiculous.
Is that part of Missouri? Is that like where Mark Twain is, or is that a little bit further to the west?
That's right where Mark Twain is.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's such a heavily wooded area too. If they had got that much ice, it would devastate the trees.
The trees would be down. Yeah.
Mark Twain goes from the Ozarks basically to up towards St. Louis, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a big problem. But I think, well,
I don't think those numbers verify. Those are definitely outliers, but it definitely is hinting at an ice storm. So
yeah, and I think to your point, right, Jordan. I mean, there's going to be a lot of cold air. The cold air with this storm is not going to be the problem, right? We're going to have plenty of cold air to the north side of this storm, and it's going to be strong enough to pull it around. So that is why we are going to receive a significant ice storm. Maybe not an inch and a half of ice, but someone in this region right here is going to get hit really hard with a pretty impactful ice storm. That much we do know. We also do. I feel like I'm pretty confident that someone is also going to get close to a foot of snow somewhere, probably somewhere in this region, right? It just depends on, we're gonna have to watch these trends for the next 24 hours. But I mean, Edgar, with severe weather, does severe weather do stuff like this where it's just like, all right, the GFS and American, or the GFS and Euro 48 hours out. It's like, all right, we're just completely different now.
Oh yeah, for sure, that happens. I mean, I feel like with probably any type of weather system, and then as you get closer, like, this far out, like, what we're basically all looking for is like, will there or will there not be certain severe weather?
Yeah.
We're not really to the phase where we're like exactly where it's at, but we're to the point now with all the models, like, oh, a storm's happening. And the same thing happens in severe weather. I'd say, that's how we plan to get somewhere that's 10 states away, because we're like, okay, we know it's probably going to happen somewhere in this vicinity, but it does make it nerve-wracking when you're trying to plan travel to cover these. Jordan can probably talk about this more because he covers it from a media standpoint, but like trying to guess and be like, where am I gonna go? Because sometimes overnight the models flip and then you're like, oh crap.
You make a good point, because today I've had multiple media networks reaching out asking, what are you covering for the last 2 days? And I'm like, I can't give you a definitive answer because I would like to go to the ice storm, but that's trending south. We have people covering stuff. From a media standpoint, where I help run a brokering organization too, we have chasers like Hunter Hurley and those guys up in Kansas City. So that rules it out for me going up there. And then we also, what we haven't even touched on yet, is the tornado threat and the damaging wind threat that's going to be ongoing during this winter weather event going on up north. We're going to have severe going on down in Louisiana, Mississippi. So it's very frustrating. And honestly, I probably won't even be able to make a decision until tomorrow early afternoon.
Yeah.
And it still won't even be a definitive decision. I'll just have to make a last second fly effort at Saturday night. So
one point I want to bring up real quick, if that's all right, is that we have no actual observations or land observations of our system yet. It's still over on the West Coast, over near Washington and Oregon.
Yep.
And it's forecast to make landfall here shortly. How do you think these models will change as, our zero-Z soundings come in from Washington, Oregon, California, Idaho? How do you think the models are going to change overnight, taking in those soundings and those forecasts in effect?
Hunter, is that the system right there that like spiral off the coast?
Yeah, that's our system there. If I go back to
wow.
Oh, I had it up on GFS. I have too many tabs open. Oh well. But yeah, this is our system here. It's going to dip down over the Rockies, come over here. Your 500 millibar low will be setting up somewhere over here on Sunday. But yeah, this is our system over here. But someone made a point to me that they're interested in seeing how the GFS, Euro, NAM soundings will change over time as we do get that observed data from the West Coast coming in on zero-Z balloon launches.
Yeah.
Very good point.
It's a great point, Hunter. And we see it all the time, and it's going to change. It is going to change. It's just a matter of, and trying to predict that change is hard, right? But we're going to see a shift. We're going to see another shift. These models have to converge, right? The difference in the European and GFS have to converge eventually. So one of them is going to give. And what I'm showing now, this is the NAM model, just to throw another wrench into things, guys. This is the NAM model, and the NAM is north. The NAM is right where the GFS is, if not a little bit north. And if I look at the main axis of heavy snow, right, it has it in central and actually northern Indiana, like kind of central northern Indiana, central Ohio, and then continuing back into Kansas City, and then northern Missouri. That is our heavy axis of snow, and that is way different than the Euro, right? The Euro has that axis way further to the south. So just another model that is disagreeing with the rest of the consensus. So it'll be interesting to watch. I mean, Jordan, from your perspective, where are you trying to go? Are you trying to go to the area of heaviest snow? Is it heaviest, like biggest ice storm, or is it a mixture of both?
Honestly, I'm out on the snow. I can tell you
You're
right now, I'm not
out?
going to be doing snow. I'm out on snow because
What?
we have people like Hunter and other chasers up there covering
Okay.
snow.
Okay.
So for me, and snow, coming from Montana, I don't care about snow. Not
Okay.
unless it's lake effect, which I've never gotten to experience yet. Where I'm stuck is the ice storm and the tornado threat down south. This system, depending on how it tracks, does line up pretty favorably on the what's the word I'm looking for? The shape of it lines up very well for what I like to see with severe weather, at least down south. The question is, are we just going to have a big squall line that comes flying through? Or are we going to have prefrontal supercells that fire out ahead of that squall line and actually really take advantage of the environment that's laid out ahead of it? I know when I was just checking, we're seeing 60 dew points pulled up all the way into Missouri with that low, which is where the snow's happening. So you're going to have a very robust low. But the question will end up being, are you going to have anything isolated out ahead of that line, or are you just going to have a big squall line that's going to be producing wind damage? And that's one of those things, like Edgar touched on earlier, we really won't know until the hours leading up when mesoanalysis comes in, HRRR comes in. So it's just forecasting and lining yourself up to be in position to get to where you got to go when the time does arrive. So
Yeah. I honestly would be looking for that. I'm looking to see if that moisture ends up coming up and being a little bit more narrow than it is right now, because I'm worried about, with all that moisture out in front as far as severe weather forming, is, having those real milky skies out in front where you're just going to end up being a line. That's why, I mean, we haven't even decided if we're chasing yet. I mean, been talking to Reed today. We're like, if it's just going to be a squall line, probably not going to cover the severe threat there, but you can even see it. It's almost picking up on it even on this. Just out in front of it, it's just probably going to be like it's going to be a little soupy mess.
Yeah. And just for everyone who's watching right now, so this is the risk we're talking about. This is also on Sunday. So when our winter storm is going to be moving through, this is caused by the same system that's going to be causing the winter storm. It's going to be a cold front on the south side. You're going to have your low that's right here. That low is going to be tracking up through the Ohio Valley. On the south side, you're going to have a cold front draped down here. And then along that cold front, you're going to have a line of storms. And what they were talking about was essentially if you can get some kind of stray storms to fire out in front of that cold front, that is where you could get some of the supercell type action. But right now, there's not a big signal popping up on the NAM just yet. And we won't actually, since this is day 3, guys, we won't have a tornado outlook just yet. That comes day 2. I did read them, or on the discussion though, they were talking about upgrading Sunday to an enhanced risk. So there is the potential that they could upgrade that to an enhanced risk. I don't think it was a tornado-driven enhanced risk, but we'll have to see there if they do end up.
I wouldn't be surprised with the wind upgrade on that.
Yeah, I definitely could see that. I mean, definitely going enhanced for the wind threat. I mean, if it is that line of storms, I mean, that's, a lot of people, it's funny. I've seen so many even talk on Twitter and stuff today, like people talking about, should we put the same emphasis on QLCS tornado events if it is a line versus if it's out in front? And in my head, sometimes, you do. I mean, you still got to worry about them because we've all vetted storms that just did crazy damage, so you can't sleep on it.
Yeah, I completely.
That is harder to forecast.
So much harder.
It is so much harder to forecast. Speaking of hard to forecast, we have someone in the chat asking, "What are your thoughts on thunder snow or sleet around thunder sleet around St. Louis?" Now, generally, I don't know, like what you guys look at, but generally, if you have
too far north,
I wouldn't doubt.
But you can't rule it out.
From like Manhattan, Kansas, all the way over to St. Louis, you have MU Cape values approaching 300, 400 joules per kilogram. 300 back in Kansas City, back towards Manhattan, about 250 as well. I wouldn't rule out a few claps of thunder. I know National Weather Service Kansas City in their forecast discussion was mentioning thunder snow possible Sunday morning and afternoon.
There you go.
I'm just looking for snow-nados, man.
Snow-nados.
Yeah, give me a good something.
I mean,
Give me a good
Edgar,
snow-nado.
did you see the photographs coming out of Kansas City? And
I did. They're pretty. They are. It's funny because you would think that they might be supportive of some snow-nados.
That's crazy. Yeah,
All right, over under 10 snow-nados.
I know for the whole
Under.
That might be for the decade.
Taking the under.
No joke.
Man. But that is crazy. So we're looking at now, guys. This is most unstable Cape here, and this just shows you that there is going to be some even up where, because we're going to be having basically all. Whoops, we're going to be having basically like all snow in here, and then there's going to be some freezing rain down here, and that's coinciding with this Cape. So to Hunter's point, St. Louis right in here. There's non-zero Cape there, so we could be getting some thunder snow there, and I think we are going to be having some pretty, almost an inch an hour, maybe more, in some of these areas too, which just shows you it's especially back there in Kansas. This is the 1 hour of snowfall total, so we're going to be getting some pretty high snowfall rates with that instability. Could be looking at some thunder snow there. That'd be fun. Hunter, do you think you're going to catch thunder snow back in Kansas City, my friend?
I'm going to be out chasing this, so I surely hope so. That would be a first experience for me, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's cool. So back to the severe weather here. The threat that we have to your point, Edgar and Jordan. This looks like primarily a squall line with definitely a non-zero tornado threat. Let's look at the significant tornado parameter. So
Something to note too is the NAM usually goes linear on severe events most of the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's something you got to watch too, especially this far out. But yes, as of right now, it does show up pretty clear
We're
squall
all
line.
just sitting here twiddling our thumbs, waiting for those convective allowing.
Yeah.
So we're like, what are we going to be tomorrow? I need to know.
Right.
Well, yeah, because you guys are trying to decide between severe weather and winter storm, right? I mean, that's you don't usually have to decide between the two, but
sometimes this
I
time
can
of
just
the
hop
year,
on. Yeah.
I just got to decide where. I missed the last event because I was trying to fly in late, and it was the holidays, and flights can be. It makes me so nerve-wracking to fly in last minute to cover an event, just because one little change in your flight itinerary messes everything up. So.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing I want to bring up real quick is, what do we think about the potential for blizzard possibilities in far eastern Kansas, western Missouri? I don't really know what the requirements are for blizzards. Do you know, Jordan? Do you know what the wind requirement is for that?
I'm trying to figure out. I can't remember what it was. I can Google it quick though.
NAM, GFS, and HRRR show sustained winds over 35 miles per hour and
35 or greater.
35. Yeah, and
It's the visibility too,
West
right?
Missouri. Oh, yeah, visibility. Yes,
Less than a quarter mile.
I know
3 hours
what
long.
Snow is going to be a huge issue for us, but I think we're going to have some sustained winds over at or above 35 miles per hour. So
you could definitely get blizzard conditions out there then.
I didn't know that blizzard it needed to be for at least 3 hours. I didn't know that was one of the qualifications for a blizzard. I just found that out by Googling it.
I did not know that either. Yeah,
I didn't know it either.
It's kind of cool.
There you go.
The more you know, you know.
It has to have less than 1/4 of a mile visibility for 3 hours straight.
Huh.
So,
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, looks like they just have winter storm warnings out there. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I would probably think the low's probably got to crank up a little bit more. That's probably why they haven't put them out yet. But I don't think they do blizzard watches, do they? No.
They do, I think, don't they? Or no?
Yeah, they do some watches, I think.
Okay.
Blizzard watch?
I mean, you're asking me. I'm not a
I
snow
think
person.
only up in
so-
Alaska. I've never seen a blizzard watch in the CONUS before.
Because I'd be curious to see, if for example, if I click on Kansas City and there's a winter storm warning, I'm wondering if they would also mention. Okay, yeah, they don't mention, there's a blizzard watch or anything like that. But they are expecting. This is the. Go ahead.
Check the AFD, their latest AFD. They may have mentioned blizzard conditions in there.
Okay. Yeah, this is the winter storm warning for Kansas City. Oh, do they?
Okay, they actually mentioned a blizzard warning in their AFD.
Oh, did they really? Wow.
Northerly winds on Sunday could gust as high to 35 to 40 miles per hour. There was a discussion early this afternoon with Topeka about upgrading to a blizzard warning for portions of the Kansas City CWA.
Probably just waiting a little
We're
longer.
learning so much stuff right now. Like, this is an educational program that you have.
It
going on
is.
here. I'm
It's
just gonna let you
educational
know.
and entertainment
There
too.
you go. Like, I'm learning, right? I'm learning as I'm on the show. I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah. Here's your significant tornado ingredients for. Whoops, lost it. Last second, I touched the screen.
That's a giant phone,
There it
Jordan.
is.
Is that an
why is your
iPad?
phone
Or
That's
so
an
big,
iPad.
dude? That phone is
So
ridiculous.
those are your significant tornado parameters on Sunday at about 1:00 in the afternoon.
Ooh,
So-
okay.
That's not huge. 15% there, 15 on that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the day 2 come out with like a 5% tornado threat.
That's what I think.
Area highlighted. I'm not seeing, as of right now anyway, anything like a SIG threat yet. But again, that can always change. It's definitely going to be more of a winter setup, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure.
Media is going to be all over it. You're going to hear way more about that unless something significant happened down south. But it's definitely something to be aware of. I really want to do ice. I just got if I have to have a reason to go do ice. So I'm trying to find that reason.
Jordan, if you want somebody to jump in the car with you to do that, let me know.
Possibly. It's
If
going
you
to be me and
drive.
Sierra, so you can. Yeah, no, I'll drive. I'll let you know.
That's awesome.
More than
Guys,
welcome.
let's give a lot of love to Jordan Sierra in the chat. Who it is Jordan Sierra's anniversary. What anniversary today is it for you guys?
It's our 2-year.
2.
Whoa, 2-year
Yeah.
anniversary, guys. Let's show a lot of love in the chat for Jordan Sierra. What do you got? You guys have some crazy plans tonight?
I think gonna go to Texas Day, Brazil.
Oh,
All you can eat.
fancy.
Yeah, it's a Brazilian steakhouse, and then probably just forecast for what we're doing.
Maybe catch the Thunder game later on tonight. You can watch that.
Well, I'll probably watch that. I was gonna go, and then Charlie asked me to go, and I was like, it's my 2-year anniversary. I can't go tomorrow.
Yeah. I wanted to go as well, but then I was like, wait, I might have to be leaving tomorrow to go to town. So
Yeah, it's better to get ready.
Responsible and stay.
yeah.
I will let you know what the plan is though for chasing.
Okay,
'cause-
Yeah, if we don't
No,
go, if
you
we don't
don't-
go down, I might go. I think it'd be fun to go up and cover.
I'm going
ice.
to jump in real quick and just say I talked to some people just a minute ago from Missouri Department of Transportation in Kansas City Public Works. They are severely understaffed for this event. So they don't know if every highway and road will be properly treated for this winter storm.
I mean,
I didn't-
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing with you, Hunter. I mean, I don't know how you could be, even if you had the proper staff, if you get almost a foot of snow plus, half an inch of freezing rain, that's a problem.
If that happens in Kansas City, that'll be the story.
Yeah, this will
Yes.
be very interesting.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
It'll be a
okay, we
story
got,
for 5 days as it treks east.
Matthew Allen asked, what are the ice totals possible for Western Kentucky? Oh, he's a meteorology student. Matthew,
Oh,
love
that's
that.
Mezzo
man.
Matt. Mezzo Matt is awesome. So
That's
he's-
Mesomat. Okay.
Yeah, I know
Yes,
him
I
from
love
TikTok.
Mesomat.
Great guy.
Same. Yes.
He does crazy informative videos for people. So
Oh, I
if you
love
guys,
Yes.
if you look him up on TikTok, Mezzo Matt.
Yeah, huge shout out to Mesomat, by the way.
He's an awesome guy too.
I love that.
Didn't realize that's who that was. Good eye.
I
Okay,
just noticed the logo.
The logo.
Yeah.
If you have a name like Mezzo Matt, how can you not be awesome, right? I mean, that's
Exactly.
incredible. Let's go ahead and look at those totals for Western Kentucky, because Kentucky, Missouri is definitely going to be probably our biggest area, but I mean Kentucky and Tennessee, you're also looking at, I think, this is just one model, obviously, but oh yikes, this is the Euro model. You might not see as significant of totals as this is showing, but you're looking at anywhere from a quarter to a half to maybe even up to an inch of freezing rain in Kentucky. Unfortunately, a lot of the state. I mean, guys, if the whole state of Kentucky is in freezing rain like this is going to be bad. I mean, oh gosh, Moo, do you guys see the chat?
Oh, I saw it.
Who's mooing? Who's mooing us right now? What is going on? Look at this.
I promise you, Brandon
Moo?
got all these people to come in there and start mooing.
Moo. Who is mooing? What is going
That's the
on?
top squad right there.
No.
What? So we had Brandon on our show a little bit ago, and they explained the moo But like,
It's-
there's
it's-
so
it's-
many moves.
I'm gonna
It's
move in there
Brandon.
too, just to add.
I
to it.
swear to God, Brandon, I'm gonna get you a cheese
There's
stick.
so many moves.
I'm gonna come at you with a mott stick.
Oh my God.
I got a move
This
for
is-
you, Brandon.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I'll show you a move.
I can't even see the chat right now. This is out of control. Look at this. I mean, this is just crazy moves right now.
I think they call this a good old fashioned raid, sir.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you just got raided by the moves.
Yeah, good old fashioned moo off.
You just got mood.
We've never been raided before. This is our first raid ever on stream, and it was by the Moo Crew.
He must be streaming.
Moo crew.
I don't
Is
know,
he
but I
streaming?
love the Moo Crew. Is that really what they're called? If not, he needs to take that up
He
instantly.
does.
I agree.
Do you guys hear? Okay, so Brandon's chat. You guys need to call yourselves the Moo Crew from now on. Go back and
He's
tell
live.
Brandon that your new name is the Moo Crew.
Moo
It's
Crew.
unreal.
Oh, he is
my
streaming.
God.
Okay.
Is he really? Is he like chasing snow right now?
Yeah, I just mooed him.
That's awesome.
I bet you did.
Oh my God. Welcome here, guys. This is crazy. Thanks for joining us. Oh my God, we're getting crazy moves left and right. Thank you guys for joining us here. Okay, so what I was just showing was the GEFS Ensemble 18Z. I just wanted to see, I was just like, okay, is this trending north south? And I'm telling you, this is the battle of the bald eagle versus what's like a European thing. I was trying to think of when I posted that picture on Twitter. What's like a European, like when you think of something European, what do you think of? Nothing?
I mean, I just think of people smoking cigarettes, but that's such a stereotype.
Bad teeth.
This is what I thought it was.
That's fun.
This is what I
It's
typed.
Dutch, right?
When I typed in
Colonizers.
European, that is what came up. Do you guys think that looks Europe? It does look. That kind of almost looks like
Eating
Amish.
crumpets.
Almost.
I mean,
what I
if
thought.
to be fair, when I hear European, the only thing I think of anymore is model. So
Me too, literally.
it's a problem with being a storm chaser, I think, or a meteorologist. Either it's like, oh,
It's ridiculous. Oh my God. Well, so that is our winter storm threat, and thank you guys for the raid. That has been amazing. I mean, guys, this is going to be a pretty impactful winter storm. We also have that severe weather threat, so it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds here. I know you guys are probably going to be chasing. Hunter, you're going to be chasing, right? Hunter, do you even have to go anywhere to chase?
On back patio.
That's amazing. Are you going to actually try to drive out in it at all?
Oh, most definitely. I'll be out there getting some content.
he was trying to get me to come over and do snow angels with him. So that gives you
Oh,
any
God.
indication of what he's going to be out there in it.
I love it.
Yep.
I mean, considering that I drove to Lyman, Colorado, 7 hours of Lyman in early November for their snow event with Brandon, Vince, and Stormrunner Media. Now that's setting up in my backyard. Now it's gonna be fun next 2 days.
Carly, one of our mods here was confused by the moose. Carly, we got raided by Brandon Kopp Extreme. So that was
Yep.
what Carly was like. Our mod was, she's used to dealing with like 5 people, and then comes in here. There's like now like 1,000. She's like, "What is going on?" Oh,
That's
my
crazy.
God. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Rob, for saying that. Be sure to like and subscribe. I always like to say, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. If you've got a mouse, break the mouse. You can probably ask a new one for Christmas. But yeah, thank you guys for coming to the stream. So on the weather front, and Edgar, I'll go to you first. Is there anything else that sticks out about this winter storm other than the fact that we really don't know where the area of biggest snow or freezing rain is going to form?
That's the main thing right now is just like, hey, because it's like in an area where there are so many different major cities, like just a little bit of a jog to the north or to the south could change like by the millions of how many people get affected by it. So that's the main thing that I have been looking out for the winter side of it. Of course, I'm a severe weather junkie, so I've been paying way more attention to that down there.
Yeah, because you don't chase ever like winter weather, right?
I mean, sometimes if the opportunity arises,
bad.
but
Yeah.
just to be honest with you, I'm a Floridian. I don't love
Yeah.
the cold. It's just not that fun.
Yeah. So you're basically you're either going to chase the severe weather on Sunday, or you're gonna kind of sit home and not
Or ride in the
have
back
to.
seat with Jordan.
Or
and,
yeah,
yeah, just go back there.
Just
and-
go mess around, chase some ice, and just.
I mean, I
BS
know
the
what's
whole
going to
time.
happen.
Yeah.
We're going to get to see tons of accidents from a drone if I go with Jordan and there's an ice storm, because that's what will
It's
happen.
literally we'll post up next to a bridge and try to capture people sliding off a
Yeah,
bridge,
so-
and that'll be it.
And
That'll
then
be
someone will
premise.
post a video saying, "Oh my God, there's a drone in the sky." You know, it'll be your drone up there, and they'll be freaking
I'll be like,
out.
oh my God, Edgar's trying to get us to bet on it, because I think it would be fun to bet on the over-under on that.
I agree.
Over under 5 cars on the bridge.
Yes.
I agree.
Oh.
But Edgar, I'm with you, man, because I just, if I chased winter weather, I would first of all, I'd get stuck in the car that I have. You know, my CRV, baby blue CRV would get stuck instantly. So I'm with you there. I think, chasing severe weather sounds much better than chasing winter weather. But
I agree.
Jordan, what about you, man? Anything else on this winter weather you're watching? Any other trends you're watching else than the jogs north and south?
I'm just trying to figure out which coat I'm gonna wear. If I do it.
Do you have an idea?
Yeah, I do. My radar actually got me a pretty nice new winter jacket. Hold on, I'll grab it.
I'm full. Oh,
Here it
that's
is.
amazing.
Let me grab it.
Is it Gore-Tex?
No, I got another one coming in the mail any day now, but
I just like the Seinfeld episode where George gets a Gore-Tex jacket. And they're like, you just like saying Gore-Tex, don't you? It is a
Let me
fun
Have
turn
you
the-
show.
had a
turn the
Gore-Tex
blur
jacket, Edgar? They're amazing.
No, I sweat way too much to get in heavy things. So like I have to be, when I'm in the cold, I got to worry about sweating.
Oh,
Oh, that's cool.
Had a nice-
I-
I picked this one out on Cabela's, so
Oh, and it has the My Radar on there. Look at that.
I have a new shipment that should be here any day with another cool Columbia one that I liked a lot.
Wow. A
Dang,
Big
Jordan's
Bass Pro
got
Shop logo
fancy
too on
gear,
there. I
bruh.
love that.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Madeline says, "Nice. Ooh, move from Manchester, New England. Okay, we still got moves in here. Okay.
Oh, someone's from England. You guys missed our European little example we did earlier. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it was we could have got their input on.
Oh, that's a good
totally.
question. For our European folks, is this a good representation of a European? Here, right? Let me just. Is this a good representation of a European? This is the GFS versus the Euro.
All right, we're all waiting with anticipation to see what the chat says now. Like,
Yep.
Well, Carly's from. Carly, one of our mods is from Europe too. I mean, Christine says nope.
okay, what should it be? What would be
Nope.
like?
Give it.
No, it looks
Give me
too
some
posh. Okay, I feel like that looks like somebody from Holland. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's what that reminds me of. Like they definitely have wood shoes on.
I don't even know what posh means. What does posh mean? Do you guys know?
Fancy,
Oh, okay.
maybe
Okay.
close.
Oh my god.
I don't know about Posh Spice.
Ooh, that is a Posh Spice was Spice
She was
Girl.
poshy.
Right?
Yeah, she was posh.
Oh, I like that. And Hunter, I realize we lost you too. Anything you're watching from Kansas City, you'll actually have to be the first kind of line of defense here because however this storm is trending, you're gonna know first, right? So if it's trending a little bit warmer, a little bit more to the north, you're gonna be getting on the freezing rain. If it's a little bit further to the south, you'll be all snow. So
Yeah, I
anything
mean-
you're watching.
Ever since I've
If
been
you're
in
at the
the
end,
there's
snows. That's yellow.
the snow was
That's cold. That's the
all
best
I do.
comment of the day.
funny.
That's good.
Yeah, no,
Sorry to
so-
interrupt you.
Pretty much all my life, there's always been a discussion of the I-70 curse. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. That I-70 is the divider between everything good and bad. And it just sort of seems to be true with this again. You have significant snowfall north of I-70, then south of I-70. It's a little bit more questionable. Or you have those warmer 850 millibar temperatures setting up right on and along I-70. That could be the difference of, say, 15 inches of snow, possibly, and then as low as 4 inches of snow. So
Yeah.
it's going to be really interesting to see how this sets up in the end.
Yeah, that is that I-70 line approximately right in there. And it's, I mean, Hunter, it's the same in Ohio. I mean, I tell you, literally, people have talked about, the I-70 line people are always saying that in Ohio. It'd be like, hey, if you're north of I-70, you're getting snow. If you're south, you're getting sleet, freezing rain, and rain. At least the GFS would have you believe that that's going to be the case once again. But we'll have to see, because the Euro says no way and goes way further south.
It's the government controlling the weather. I knew it.
It is. It's the just like I said last night on the podcast. It's the government killer fog drones that are controlling everything.
I mean, we're gonna have a real conundrum here when this ice gets to where the drones are.
I know.
The snow. I mean, what's gonna happen then?
I can almost guarantee you there's going to be a video that says they're trying to keep us from seeing the drones by forcing us to stay inside with the winter weather. I can almost guarantee you that.
I think I would put a lot that is probably going to be a talking point.
There's going to be someone on there that's like, they didn't warn us about this 3-5 days ahead. What's been going on? This is man-made. I'm like, no, there's winter storm watches all the way out towards near DC right now.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. Okay. Well, the other threat that we talked about was the severe weather. We've talked about the winter storm. I was waiting to see if the 18Z Euro would come in, but I don't think it's going to come in for another little bit here. But we looked at the NAM, we looked at the severe weather threat that we have, and we also kind of looked at this graphic. This just shows you the probability of getting greater than an inch of snow. You can have a lot of fun, ramp it up and do 2 inches. You can go 4 inches. You can go 6 inches. Ooh, I like that. You can go 8 inches. And that's it's a fun graphic to show you the probability, because that's when it comes down to this forecast, guys, it's all about probability, and that's so complicated to have to communicate. Like I'm trying to communicate that to my family, like, guys, we could get 3 inches, we could get 8, 9. But it's all about probability in this case.
If you want to get attention, you need to get that map AccuWeather had. Everybody. I was like, that had to be on purpose.
Which one?
It looks suspiciously like something else.
Yeah.
I feel like someone at AccuWeather. I need to ask Doug.
You got to retype AccuWeather. You did ACC.
Oh my God! Why is I feel like my caps are always on. That's unfortunate. Okay. Oh,
there it is.
Somebody knew what they were doing. They're like, "Hey, you want this map to go viral? Make these few little adjustments."
Mm-hmm. All right, Doug.
It is a problem.
Good old AccuWeather.
Oh, hey, at least they didn't put this one out like 10 days before. At least they waited.
Oh, Jordan,
yeah, I know. Right?
Edgar, did you
They're
see
forecasting a pounding across the.
Pettis says he's too young for this chat now.
What are you saying, Hunter?
I said, did you see the graphic that Gabriel Harbor put on his page?
Oh my God.
Of me?
No. It was a different one. Brady, you can't show this on stream, but
Okay. I won't show this on stream.
go to his page and look at the winter weather graphic he had put up there.
Is it bad?
It's bad. Oh, don't tell me he deleted it. Oh no, he didn't. Help.
Oh my God. People are sending me their cat photos again. This is not good.
And Brady, I'll send it to you on XDMs.
It could be worse.
You're right. It actually could be worse. Whenever I go live, I get like people just like spam me with cat photos. Right. That's okay.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Well, we don't have a huge live audience normally, but it's like you normally our same lovely chat, which I love it, guys. I love it. Keep sending to me. Yeah.
I'm trying to see how long this tornado track was in Mississippi. How long that thing was on the ground.
It was on the ground. I think it was on the ground for 90 miles. Is what?
Because they have.
Oh wait, sorry.
I can see
the Texas.
I'm talking about the one I was on. No.
Oh, okay.
They have the survey out. I'm just trying to find the data where.
Do you have Jordan? Do you have that drone video you want to pull up too, real quick?
Oh, do you want me to pull it up, or I sent it to you too?
Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I sent you 2 links.
Okay. Cool. Oh God, I can't. Is this the one I can't post, Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we're not going to show that one. Okay.
Hunter's trying
That's
to
bad.
get demonetized over here.
That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go full. Wait. What is
Oh
going
yeah,
on?
this is when it was just forming.
Okay.
This is not sped up either, so it's.
So
just
Jordan, give us
forming
give us an idea for those that didn't see you live. So this was the tornado outbreak December 28th in Dixie Alley, and this was in Louisiana.
This is Mississippi, so this
Okay,
is over there near Bude.
Okay.
I have the drone up. It crossed the highway about right there. That's about a half mile. That's just under a half mile away. You can see it's very multi-vortex at the moment. A lot of motion. We see this a lot with Dixie. Very low LCL. I mean, the cloud deck's right above the trees.
It's on the ground. Yeah.
That whole thing's on the ground. You'll have individual vortices spinning around, causing damage over here, but missing right here. And then what you'll see though, what's really intriguing about this is when it plants, it plants. And you start seeing straight vertical motion, like a chugging motion, straight vertical. You get horizontals rolling to the side. You get a chugging motion, horizontal chugging motion. You'll start seeing it here in a moment when you start seeing that
Like
tower.
this?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Just
Jordan,
like that.
because in Dixie, you've done a lot. You've seen a lot of Dixie tornadoes, and especially with your drone,
Mm-hmm.
like people that maybe look for that traditional tornado shape in the cloud, which we know that that's probably not the most accurate way to find tornadoes. But in Dixie, it's so much different what you're looking for
Right.
when you're looking for a tornado.
Here's a good example. So if you watch that center where it's consolidating, you should start seeing a lot of straight vertical motion right on the right edge there. It looks like it's going straight up. Yeah, there you go. It's starting to really pick up there in the center. And then on the right side, I don't know if you're zoomed in or something or not on the screen.
Maybe.
Yeah, zoom out just a smidge because there you go. That's fine. If you look at the right, you have a roll. It's starting to roll on the right side, but you have a tornado on the whole thing's a tor, but you're starting to see that curl on the right side.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so much harder to see the cut in the clear slot in storms like this, but it's there.
There you go. There it goes. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like a ball. It looks like a
So
bowling ball.
Yeah, so this is weird because you're starting to get a cut. Your RFD cut's starting to show, and this is the one time it ever became rain wrapped. It dumped all the rain out right there. You can see it just dump it, but cleared it right out afterwards. It just completely kicked all the rain out. And the best part's coming up. You can actually see a horizontal vortex form on the top of the cloud and kind of suck in on the right side. I'll kind of keep an eye for where to point that out.
So do you
You're
think
able
that
to
was
zoom
like
out
a
again.
microburst right there then?
I think it was just a really strong RFD surge. There you go. Keep an eye on the right side. You'll see that vortex starting to form.
Oh my gosh.
It's like an octopus arm type deal, kind of like what
That is-
Tuscaloosa had.
Right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And you'll see it. It moves around in all different places there. That's about when it's hitting the church.
Wow.
So then, yeah, if you skip ahead probably like 10 seconds, there should be a more zoomed in clip from the 3 times. You'll see it when you skip ahead.
Dixie
Keep going.
tornadoes are so much more rewarding.
There, that one. That's you can see it's a full wedge there. It's starting to clear the rain out, but that's full wedge. But yeah, so if you go back to the other link I sent you, that's gonna be the damage it did when it was hitting that spot, and there's something very interesting in that makes Dixie super unique. So this is a church that got an EF3 indicator on it. There's 2 people in this church. They survived. They laid on the floor. And there's not a whole lot in the middle of Dixie. Like, you get a random church here, but then there's, like, nothing out there. But there should be a clip coming up where you can see it looks like someone took a lawnmower and just cut the trees. It just cleaned the trees out. Let's see.
And this is that.
Are you able to?
This is that same tornado that we were just
Yes.
watching. Wow.
Yeah. This is so. If you can skip, I can see your cursor. Go a little further, a little further, further. That one. Go back just a little bit.
Yeah, right there.
Where the trees start. Yep, this shot.
That's crazy.
So if you follow this, I mean, it carves its way through these trees, and this is thick forest in Dixie Alley, Southwest Mississippi. But it just carves its way through these trees, and if you just follow it like I do here, you'll see where that church was at. And it seemed to have intensified as it hit that church. So you'll start seeing the tree damage get a little more substantial. It's widening out too, starting to become more of like a wedge, your traditional wedge. And you can see if you look, all these trees are snapped pretty low. Some of them are. And then we're coming up on that church there that's just across the street that took
Look at those trees. Look at this. There's literally no trees standing there. They're all just like mowed down right there.
Mm-hmm. And then there's your church. That was your EF3 indicator.
Wow.
It was a fully brick building.
Which Mississippi tornado was this that day?
This is the Brookhaven, the long tracker that formed. This is the first big one that happened in Mississippi.
But not the one that Connor was on. Or is that the
Connor might have been on it at the end. He was on it at the end.
Oh, yeah, because of the end of his... The reason why it reminded me is because on his stream, you could see it crossing the highway, and that's what... The first thing you see is just all the treetops snapping. It's crazy. Just like the tops of trees, those pine trees, just like... Pop, pop, pop,
if you go back,
pop.
Brady, go back to the trailer house towards the beginning of the video. You'll see a trailer.
Right here.
Yeah, pause it. So this trailer home is actually upside down. Picked up, set upside down. So, hold on. Whoop. Sorry, Blake always calls it the worst times.
Wow.
So this trailer house was picked up and set on its roof with two people inside. But if you play this video a little bit further, this will blow your mind a little bit too. As we all know, chasing tornadoes, mobile homes don't stand a chance usually. Go ahead and pause it here. So you have a trailer home fully intact, flipped upside down, but the trees behind it are clean. So most often you would see this trailer home completely just obliterated, ripped apart, and ripped into a billion pieces. But for some reason, this trailer home just got picked up, set upside down, and then it cleared the trees out behind it. It just blows your mind. So it's just weird how tornadoes operate. Yeah.
They're just weird.
So.
It is. Not only that, but towards the end. So look at how these trees are completely decimated right here. These trees are like, some of these are stripped of leaves, but I mean, a lot of them look like they're still standing. So it's almost like, did the tornado get weaker? Did it, dissipate a little bit? But
this is one of those, when they're multi-vortex like that, you'll have one vortice touchdown, cause EF3 damage like that, lift back up, and then the next one will come down further east or further west or wherever, and do that too. For those of you guys who might have saw Scott Peak's video with Cajun Navy, he had it up. He kind of got caught off guard a little bit because he was coming in on it on the highway, and you had that vortice cross the road. Well, unbeknownst to him, the new one formed right on the highway there and then cut across the road too, and it wasn't really expected. So you can get really fixated on the one traditional tornado funnel, but in these Dixie tornadoes, there could be 5 or 6 of those things revolving around each other, and you don't know where it's going to happen and when it's going to happen, and that's what makes them scary.
Yeah, it's another reason why the danger is ramped up chasing in Dixie, because it's not just about what the strength of the tornado is. It's just like you said, unpredictability of what those big wedges are like. I mean,
yeah,
it's crazy.
You might think that you might be thinking that you're looking at the tornado, but a new vortice forms is faster than you can even realize it. Boom, right there on you. That's crazy.
100%. And that was actually one reason where we were on the highway. We're on this little 2-lane highway surrounded by trees, and I had made the decision, I'm going to put the drone up, because down there you have to have a drone, in my opinion. If you want to know where things are at, radar is going to help you to an extent. I want my eyes to see where things are at. That makes me feel 10 times more comfortable. So I told Sierra, I was like, I'm going to put the drone up. We're going to see where this is. And then we're going to make a decision if we're going to go up the road and get close to it in the car, or if I'm just going to drone it. And I got the drone up, and it was already crossing the road. And I didn't think it was anywhere close to the road yet based on radar. So at that point, we just kept I just like, okay, it's all drone from this point because it's obviously wrong on radar. And that would have been one if you would have accidentally overstepped where you needed to be, just even by 100 yards, it's a big difference. You have a trees coming down on you. You have a vortex forming behind you. You just don't know. It's not like the plains where I can see it. I can watch my dog run away for 5 years. It's you can barely see anything, and the trees make it 10 times louder because the wind just beating on those trees. It's like a jet engine out there. So
yeah, well,
go ahead.
I was saying, you have a funnel. Now you have a funnel full of these trees flying around. There's like little missiles. Mm-hmm. That's the part that makes me nervous. I mean, we drive into tornadoes all the time, but like you said, we're over in Dixie. I mean, in Tornado Alley in the plains, and you don't have to worry about that debris as much. But imagine like the Spalding intercept y'all did, but it just went through pine trees. Like, how different would that tornado have been? Like, that could have destroyed Dom 3. Just having all those all those trees in there. So
those little missiles,
those things.
I would only feel good if I was in the Dom, right? Even then, I don't know if I'd feel great.
It's still a false sense of security at times. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. It's real. You feel safe in the Dom until you don't, is the way I feel it. Like, you feel shaky, and then all of a sudden you realize you're like, wait, like like if you're looking at like a green field or something like that, and you're just like, oh, it's just going to kill us. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
I genuinely think the Lincoln tornado at full pipe.
Oh, when it
would have
down,
we wouldn't stand a chance. You wouldn't stand a chance if you're on the interstate. Wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh yeah, no.
Wow.
Those things have their limits to them.
Even if you're bolted in the ground,
it doesn't.
That's just to keep you from sliding around, dude.
That's not going to. In my head, it's not going to protect you from the 2,000-pound piece of debris that's flying through the air, 80, 90 miles an hour. Yeah, maybe even more. Like, that's what scares me.
The semi that comes sliding out sideways.
With that being said, I'm so ready for that to be back already.
Me too.
That being said, I'm ready to be inside of them again. But
yes,
man. I mean, it hasn't been that big of a break. I know we had a little bit of a slow time, but we had severe weather last week, and then we had a crazy hurricane season.
It's been a break from getting inside of them.
You're right.
Tornadoes, because those really only happen in one time of the year when you can do that safely. I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I like, it's a drug, man. I don't care what anyone says. You just want to keep Jordan. I know Jordan can attest to.
We'll be doing it again.
It's coming.
It's just, it's how do I explain it? Like Edgar said, you feel safe till you don't, and then even then, you're just nothing you can do about it. So you just kind of let it ride.
Like, that's what, when people ask me, like, are you afraid when it happens, or like when you're like getting in the tornado? But I think it's not, because to do that, you have to already come to terms in your head that I have to, whatever happens, because I am definitely not in control of this situation.
No.
So
there's a point Reed's not even in control anymore.
Oh yeah. Like,
he's just like, good luck, everybody.
Yeah. The few times when Reed makes eye contact with you and he goes, good luck, guys. He did that. I forgot which one it was in.
It was in Oklahoma with Scantlin.
That
you guys.
Yes. It was that. Reed just looks and goes, that was right when we were getting ready to drop it and deploy the spikes, and our computer went out. And then Reed just turns and looks at me like straight face dead in the eye and just was like, good luck, man. And I was like, what does that mean?
Yep.
Dude, I would be freaking out because if he's saying that, I mean, you're just like, this is. You
just got to keep the camera up, man. That's all you can do.
That camera's going to be pointing to that thing until it wipes me off the earth. That's just what you got to think about. Yep. And I'm just pointing the camera at it.
I mean, even our first Dominator 3 intercept of 2024, which is an often forgotten about one just because of the whole year, we had it was Edgar, Reed, Vanover, Sierra, and I in the Dom, and we chased and busted in Kansas the day before, overnighted it to Kansas City, slept for 2 hours, and then we were chasing Iowa. And oh my God. So there was that really crazy, I think everybody remembers that crazy rope that a couple people got, like Cannon, Kelton, and those guys got in Western Iowa. And Vanover was in the back seat, like, we should have been up there. We should have been chasing that one. And the tension in the vehicle is just getting crazy high.
So high. because Vanover knows how to push buttons, and he does. He was just pushing them, man.
And so then we were like, we got to stick to our forecast, and we got Salem, Iowa, and when things went from 0 to 100 very quickly on that, because we didn't know if we were going to get a good tornado, and the next thing you know, Vanover's in the back screaming like, "Here it is! Here it is!" You got Reed like trying to go line it up. Edgar's like, point the camera at it. Sierra's telling Vanover to launch. Reed starts yelling at Vanover to launch. I'm looking out the window. The roof blows up on this barn next to us, and we're just like, there's 500 things going on in the vehicle at the same time.
In the back seat, it was me, Vanover, and Sierra. And at one point in time, all three of us, and I'm not a small person, we were all in the same seat, filming out the same window. Like, just all of us, and like cramped into the tiniest little spot. It was
There's a point I'm screaming at the top of my lungs at Reed to roll his window up because he loves to keep it down.
He does. He does love to keep it down.
I haven't intercepted a tornado this year with Reed that he rolled the window up yet.
Yeah.
Every one of them was down. All of them.
That's crazy. Like,
so yeah,
it's
in
the tornado.
time.
He's got the window down.
Oh yeah. Like the one
yes.
when we had the Nelt boys with us, that was my favorite part. They were just like, "Why is the window down? Why is the window?" Like we're in the middle of a tornado. Reed's like, "I got it under control."
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Why is the window down?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yeah, you can actually see it. We had a buddy of ours, Mike, that was chasing with us, an awesome chaser from up in Nebraska. He's sitting, like, I'm in the passenger seat of the Dom, Reed's in the driver. He's sitting up there that day when we had the Note Boys with us, and Reed's window is down. As he's doing it, a branch comes through the window and just pops him in the face. And I got it on slow motion so good on the dash camera. He just like, bam, slaps him right in the face. And he just keeps smiling. Like never broke the smile, dude.
that's awesome.
I remember that.
I'm surprised that you guys haven't gotten more of you gotten hit in the face, because when if you're in a tornado, there's gonna be stuff flying around. I guess if you're you're chasing on the plains rather than Dixie Alley, there hopefully should be less.
Yeah, there's usually
objects flying around.
Sometimes.
And the thing with D3 too, it's gonna protect you to an extent until it doesn't anymore. And I think that big thing with Dixie is the amount of projectiles you have. It's built to protect, but it's not built to stop trees nonstop either. It's built for you to survive at the end of it, but it's not built for it to survive through the end of it if it can't.
Yeah.
That's why everyone, when we hit the deer and they messed it up and they were like, "Oh my God, we can't." I was like, the Dom did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
It dented the outside of it. We stayed safe. And I always tell anyone, I challenge you to hit a 180-pound deer, going 90 miles an hour, and see what it does to your car. You won't be able to drive it afterwards. The Dominator kept driving after that. So
yeah. And again, it's meant for projectiles to bounce off and go up and over, and it's usually dropped down to the ground where it's not driving 80 miles an hour when it goes into a tornado. So a deer is going to mess up any vehicle to an extent, unless you're in an army tank.
Stop the deer. You're right. It did not stop the deer.
Yeah.
I will say, not to be too gross, it disintegrated the deer. Yes, I mean, it's a big vehicle.
The Dom goes 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, it goes faster than that.
It goes faster.
That Dom, honestly, you wouldn't think that it's as powerful as it is, but it can really go.
The Dominator,
it's no tip.
It goes as fast as any other F350 diesel. It acts like there's no weight on there. It doesn't. You don't feel the weight when you drive that vehicle.
I think because it's like aerodynamic shaped, it honestly feels super stable when you're driving fast.
Mm-hmm.
How?
There's not a.
Do you guys normally
when we're on the interstate? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Reed is very cool. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Who's the better driver?
Out of who? I think that's
Between
probably I'd say Reed's probably the better driver. I mean, he has like 1,000 tornadoes under his belt, so he's got that.
Yeah,
he's got that part of it. Yeah, I'm one of those. I would prefer not to drive. I get motion sick. That's usually why I drive. But now I've just learned to take tons of. I just take tons of motion sickness.
Oh, do you get motion sick in the? Oh, that stinks.
Oh, the one that we just chased last month. Anyone that was watching that in the chat, they can attest that I was hanging out the tornado warning, hanging out the window, pouring rain. I'm just puking out the window of the dome. It's just me and Reed in the dome. Reed's like, do you want me to stop? I'm like, keep chasing.
Yeah.
But I forgot to take my meds that day, so
Wow.
that was not a good idea.
Yeah, you got to take the non-drowsy stuff though, right? Yeah, there you go.
But when we're on the interstate, I mean, it's 80. I mean, you just put the cruise at 80, whatever, let it cook.
I drove it from Oklahoma City to Chicago by myself straight. It was comfortable. It was just you just forget you're driving a Dominator. You're just on the highway going.
Yep.
So going up to say like an area such as eastern Iowa, Illinois with no severe weather expected, and people see you in that thing, how do they react?
The same way,
Same way as if it was severe weather, like, oh my gosh, what is that thing?
That's what you get is the what is that? What are the other ones you get, Jordan? You get the or have you guys been in a tornado in that?
Is that thing, have you ever made it in a tornado? How much does that weigh?
That's crazy.
Which we obviously, you love answering questions, just meeting new people, but there's also sometimes we're running in a little bit of a rush, so we can't have time to answer everything. But
I dream about answering those questions now after this year.
dude,
you get asked the same question at least 1 million times throughout the season.
Yes.
So you just are really good at answering. And I'll dream about the answers.
How do you answer it in your dreams?
The same way, I have a speech that I go into. If someone asks about the Dominator, I kind of learned it from Jordan and Reed watching them when I came on this year. Because you get asked it so many times, you just kind of go into this oh, this was the spikes, this is how much it weighs.
Yep.
This is the airbag suspension, blah, blah, blah. This is, people want to know how much it weighs is the most question. Usually, how much does that weigh?
That's the biggest one. Yeah.
How much does it weigh?
What vehicle is it? Sometimes I'll say Toyota Corolla.
Wait, what vehicle is it?
F-350.
It's a Toyota Corolla.
Oh, that's
it's a Corolla.
Oh, darn. I would have loved if you guys were like, yeah, Toyota Corolla. You just, transform like a Prius into a tank.
Coupe.
It's a turbo diesel. It's a Power Stroke.
I will say you have to be the one thing that I realize in driving that is you have to, when you're driving, you have to realize that you're probably always being videoed, always.
Yep, always.
Because every car that passes you is videoing you. If you look out the window, it doesn't matter. Every single car is videoing you. So that's the weirdest thing is just to think oh, zero privacy when I'm in this because everyone is videoing us. Everything that you do.
During 2024, we've had all these chasers out this year. What issues did you guys have with people following you guys in Dom 3?
Mm-hmm. It's actually not okay. As far as other chasers following us, you do get some chasers following you often. It's more about when we stop to get gas or we stop to just to look at radar or do anything like that. That's when, to me, it gets the worst. I honestly, the people following us is what it is.
Right.
And you can deal with that, but it's harder when you stop. And then, because we have to game plan every stop. You're going to a gas station, we have to have an escape route because people won't intentionally do it, but they'll block you in. They just park their cars because people see the Dominator, they just freeze. They'll just park and get out of their car in the middle of a parking lot. They don't care if it's in front of your vehicle. So
right.
People do follow. Follow us, and it
or
is.
You pull into pull off, like you said, looking at radar, and someone will pull in behind you, and you can't back out, and you need to move because you're trying to line up and intercept, and it's oh my gosh.
I've noticed that with a lot of our more well-known / famous chasers is that if you get spotted on the road, you're gonna get followed, and people are gonna try to talk to you no matter what you're doing.
Well, especially when you're driving the Dominator, because everyone knows the Dominator, right? So I feel like people, I feel like of all the people getting stopped, you guys probably get stopped the most, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You just, I see if a bunch of people are following you, during the actual chase, once we get on tornadoes, there's not a lot of people following us because there's not a lot of people chasing that way. Because to not being a Dominator, we drive through softballs. That thing eats softball size hail for dinner. You can drive it and it won't even affect the vehicle. So yeah, sure, follow us if you want, but you never know when you're about to get hit by baseballs.
Shaw's following you through that. He's got it.
I do remember on a Central Kansas Day, we were all set up in Greensburg, and you guys took off northbound, and I saw a bunch of cars take off after you guys, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? There's baseballs up there. Like 20 minutes later on Twitter, I see everybody posting that they got their windshields blown out. And I'm like, well, that's what happens when you follow a tank.
You don't
That's
have
not one of our
bulletproof glass.
escape routes or anything.
Yeah, you don't have bulletproof glass. Like we do.
Exactly.
Like,
I stood behind in Greensburg and got everybody on my dash cam following you guys out of there. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
You have bulletproof glass, but Reed doesn't use it. He just wants to be
it's not on the sides.
No.
He wants to experience the wind in his face, you know.
Listen, after doing it all year, I get it though, because like, man, I don't want to sound just like, but you just can't replace that feeling. I mean, just when you feel the tornado like that, it is.
Yeah. No.
Like I think people that do hurricanes, you get to experience that a little bit, right? Like if you've been out in like that really heavy wind and like the eye wall of a hurricane, but like just to be close to a tornado and feel that is just it's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and
I prefer the tornado because I don't like being wet all the time.
Exactly.
And I totally agree with you, right? Because, well, I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever really felt a tornado before. But I was not, you know, we had talked about going storm chasing for years. And I kind of was just like, I don't really get it. You know, I knew that storms out there were crazy. But after the past 2 years of storm chasing, for a week once a year, I'm like, okay, like I'm becoming addicted to it. I'm just like, this is, and we haven't really seen that. I haven't really seen that big of a really haven't seen a tornado yet. And I'm like, this is amazing.
You're going to see one this year, I promise.
I know, I hope. But I'm just saying, like, I get it what you guys are saying. It's so just seeing that tornado, feeling the tornado, feeling just the wind, and the storm itself is just, you can't really explain it to people, you know.
It's when you see like just to see something that powerful up close, and like there's something cool about, I mean, like just knowing that you don't like there's no you have no control over it. Like I don't know, I just love that part of it. Just like it's huge, it's powerful. Mother Nature is intense.
What's the number one question you get asked in the Dominator?
Are you asking Sierra?
Yeah,
I think, or he's talking to a ghost. Oh yeah. Hunter says, you don't feel the tornado. Oh, wait. Never mind. Okay.
Oh, you were reading the private chat?
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, wait a second. I shouldn't read that. Never mind. Okay. Okay. Oh, yikes. Edgar, I love the pink light behind you. I actually have a pink hockey helmet, so.
Yeah, I got these like Govee lights. They're kind of fun just to make my background.
Those are cool.
Whatever I want.
Those are really cool.
It's like these little light bars. But I like pink, as you can see.
Oh yeah, hold on, wait. I'm gonna let the girl.
I love
get
pink.
my hockey helmet.
Pink and gold, man. Pink, white, and gold. Good colors.
You know, I'm all about any of. I like lime green and pink together are one of my favorite combos. It's a weird one, but I like it.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's a good color.
I got new merch coming, by the way. So I'm like,
I need to talk to WX store.
I'm paying some tattoo artists, a couple different tattoo artists to make me different designs. So like all my merch is going to be branded. It's going to feel a little bit more tattoo-y, more like me. So
I love that.
It's going to be kind of
That'll
fun.
be perfect.
It's almost going to look like band merch more than it is.
I'll have to grab some of that.
Stuff, yeah. Oh, someone said they're trying to see my cap. There you go.
Hey, wait. I got you.
There we go.
Brady.
There you go.
That's
you can
cool.
pick these up over at the Team Dominator merch store, by the way.
Ooh, hey, if you got the link, I'll put it in the chat. I'm sure everyone knows. But...
It just changed because it used to be Never Stop Chasing, but now it's on. I think it's just Team Dominator merch store.
Yeah, look, Edgar. This is the pink hockey helmet, so we match now. This smells so bad, though. This is gross. I gotta take this off.
I gotta take this off.
That was disgusting. And Jordan, you're coming out with new merch too?
There's the link.
I'm getting with Jason at WX store tomorrow.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, my actual merch is over at the Weather store still, but it's going to be transitioned over to the Team Dominator one soon. Just
okay,
because it makes sense.
It's on the WX store. Dude, I've checked this stuff out. Yeah, guys, if you are looking for merch, this I love that logo because it's just so unique. Although if you ever get rid of the beard, then you have to change that.
It ain't going nowhere.
That ain't going nowhere. And also the guy who runs the merch store, Jason, if you've never met him, he's probably one of the coolest, nicest people in the weather industry. Yeah. Like I just love supporting him. Honestly, like he's a good person. His merch store is awesome.
I agree. There's some cool stuff in there, though. All right, we'll link that in the chat, and then we'll also link this new hoodie as well, which is pretty amazing. All right, let me put that as well. Guys, if you want to get this merch, there's a lot of great merch over at the Weather Store. And it looks like Jordan's going to be getting some new merch there as well. Jordan, is that going to be under the Severe Studios?
No, it'll be under its own.
No. Oh, it'll be Jordan Hall, the Storm Chaser.
It'll be Jordan Hall stuff, yeah.
Oh, I like
Jordan Hall
that.
WX stuff.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. That's exciting. Well, guys, look, the 18Z Euro came out while we were looking at that video. And let me just quickly refresh. Okay, so this is the newest 18Z Euro, and I'm just looking at the trend. I'm going to be honest, the snow shield looks a little bit further to the north. Let's just compare the two.
You already know I'm happy with that.
Maybe just a little bit. Let's look at the snow and we'll see if this thing. Okay, it's still pretty far south, but if we compare the runs, just a tiny jog north with the 18Z, but not much. Looks like it almost looks like it's narrowing a little bit actually, which you would expect that as you come closer to the event.
Yeah, it looks about the same, pretty much.
Yeah, it does. It does. There's a subtle jog a little bit to the north, but it's so subtle that it really wouldn't make that much of a difference, I don't think.
I feel like we're starting to finally hone in on the area that it really does look like. I mean,
don't say that. Don't say that, Edgar.
I'm feeling like it.
No, don't say that.
Snow for Ohio.
Don't say that.
Is it the famous last words tomorrow?
Look at that. Are you kidding me? If I get 1 inch of snow out of this storm, I quit. I'm moving.
Wait, what part? Are you in Northern Ohio?
No. I'm right here.
Oh, okay, you're right on the border there. All right.
Yeah. Lovely. Oh, hey. I'll take an inch.
I'm going over under an inch at Brady's house. I'm putting 50 on it.
Really?
You don't understand. I have a group chat with someone who I went to school with, and because he's also from Columbus, and literally every single winter storm, we're like, okay, we get hyped like 7 days out. We're like, okay, 5 days out, we're like, okay, this is looking good. And then 3 days out, it shifts north or south. And at this point now, 7 days out, we're just like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's comical how many times these storms just shift south or north away from us. And I hate it. I want to move. But if I move somewhere else, it'll probably happen there. It's terrible. Oh, sorry. It's just, we can't have nice things,
You could be here. We're not gonna get anything. It's just gonna be cold. And miserable.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let's check it out. Let's see if there's anything that you can look for.
Brady, I'll be sure to send you some pictures of the snow that I get.
Please don't. Please don't.
I expect to see pictures of you doing a snow angel. So
you will see me doing the snow angel.
I'll be. You know what? If I go live Sunday, I'm just gonna not cover Kansas City just because of that. It'll be the one city. Oh, that's so sad.
Oh man.
Like what's funny really early on in my TikTok career, when my TikTok channel was first starting going, one of the big viral videos I had is I did the get in your underwear and jump in. Like we got like a foot of snow in Oklahoma City, and you just get in your underwear and just dive out into the snow. It's fun.
Wait,
like 2 seconds.
Gosh,
now, how much snow do you need to do that?
We had a foot. I mean, and that was enough.
Okay.
Yeah. Sad face. We're getting nothing.
Getting nothing.
Yeah.
Edgar and Jordan. Whoops, I completely misspelled that. I put 2 G's in there. That's not good.
I got to do an R.
But we'll be somewhere where there's weather, most likely.
I mean, yeah, we can. I mean, I can drive up to Kansas City a few hours and go hang out with Hunter if I want.
I mean, hell, up in Wichita, you even have a winter storm.
Yeah, it's true.
Winter storm warning coming out here pretty soon. They're going to get a lot of ice. But yeah,
and I could also be
Jordan Edgar. Brady, get a flight over to Kansas City, y'all. Let's go. Let's go get some barbecue.
It'll probably get canceled. Let's be honest. I'm sorry. I'm so negative right now. I'm so negative because it just doesn't feel right.
That's just that model let you down, didn't it?
Wait, look, GFS. The GFS. Oh, Doesn't show anything either. You guys are so close too. Wait, let's see if there's any trends here that we can get excited. Oh no.
You're trending away.
Yeah, it's turning away.
The
from you
trend
guys.
is no snow for
Not
us.
your friend.
But you know what? That also means there's no chance of an ice storm, and I'll take that because I would rather have absolutely nothing than an ice storm here.
Yeah.
Going off topic just a little bit, just to go in some other weather stuff, we do have a coronal mass ejection on the way from the sun that should hit sometime around midday Saturday, or not midday Saturday, sorry. Midday Saturday, around 12Z UTC time. So, of course, most of your CONUS is going to be completely clouded over. However...
So give me an idea. Just explain it to me like I'm 5. So Corona, I thought like beer. What is a Corona mass injection?
Coronal mass ejection is an ejection from the sun. It's a CME, comes from a solar flare. Excuse me, and what causes the aurora. So you probably know the other night we had a Northern Lights make an appearance.
Yeah.
All across the United States. I actually got a little bit of video of it myself, although I was completely clouded in, unfortunately, but I somehow managed to capture a small substorm. Let me see if I can find it. I'll have to look for it here in a minute, but we do have some space weather stuff coming in, expected to hit sometime on the 4th Saturday.
Love that.
This model says at 4Z Saturday, so tonight at 11 p.m. CST, I think. Yeah.
Hunter, do you think if Elon keeps making progress, do you think you'll ever storm chase in space?
That's a good question. I mean, we have people on the ISS that already do that.
Really? Wow.
People on the ISS actually sent in some photos on Twitter of them watching the Northern Lights from above, looking down on Earth, and it's the most amazing thing ever. Wow. The concern that I have is that we're launching so many satellites into space, and we don't exactly know how they're going to be affected by all this space weather stuff. You've seen the satellite debris falling out of the sky all throughout late 2024 and whatnot, and that's a large concern for us. Is how are these satellites going to be affected by all the space weather? Sun stuff coming at it now that we're in and a little bit past the solar maximum. But for anybody who has clear skies tomorrow night, whether it be United States, Canada, even over in our Europe friends or European friends, look up the sky tomorrow night. You might see some northern lights.
And the blue, going back to the last map, the blue is clear, right? And the white's cloud cover.
No, the blue is all cloud cover.
Right. Okay.
White is clear.
Okay. Got it.
Which you can see a large percentage of the United States is going to be cloudy. I mean, New Year's morning we had the Northern Lights visible as far south as southern New Mexico. That's how strong the storm was. It was amazing. In fact, it ranks. I think it ranks as the 3rd strongest solar storm of solar cycle 25.
Wow.
And nobody expected it. We hit G4 status. Here's my video of it. You can see
oh my gosh.
You can see the sky turn red right there in the back. That was my view of one of the substorms shortly before sunrise. And had the skies been cleared for me, oh man, I would have seen the most amazing substorm ever. I swear.
That's a cool shot. Like that camera you're using was pretty high quality too, man.
Yeah, that's just my little Canon T7. I have quite a few videos of substorms. Let's see if I can find one for you real quick that I can.
The real question is, how does that affect Superman?
That is the real question.
Does the sun have kryptonite in it?
Well, he's powered by the sun. I mean, that's so.
Well, not only that, but will this solar substorm interact with the satellites and cause them to spawn drones or fog?
Like you're onto something.
We don't know what's going to happen next. And I mean, Jordan, you were the first one to spot these drones, right? I remember that tweet you sent out of that big drone at that airport. It was crazy.
Well, what'd you call it?
The big drone.
Where though? Did you call that an airport? Is that the new name?
No, sorry, it was
now?
a drone factory. I'm so
sorry.
sorry.
Oh, apparently they're called airports
factory.
now. Wow.
Yeah. No, it's a drone factory. That's for sure.
A drone factory. Yeah, they have one in Dallas. I saw a few of them. I even have one here in Oklahoma City.
I gotta find that tweet right now, just to show everyone. It was out of control.
Careful on there.
Oh,
Be careful on there.
where? Where?
You could be getting copyright
Yeah,
strikes on your channel.
No, you're fine.
Oh,
Keep
whoops.
scrolling down. You're good.
Oh, wait, do I
no,
wanna do
I'm
that?
joking. I'm
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Oh my god. I wish I would have seen
No,
when
you're
you
fine.
posted that.
You'll see it. There it is. There it
Oh,
is.
there it is. There it is. Look, you guys see that drone?
There's 1,
Nice.
2, 3, 4, 5 in this photo. 6.
I'm telling you.
Those are those kind you can ride on. Those rideable drones.
Mm-hmm.
Look how much smaller this drone is compared to the other ones too. This is like a mini drone. I don't know if I've ever seen a drone that small. / plane.
I mean, in
That's
my
Yeah, of course,
Timo.
Brady
That's a
finds the
Timo
cat.
drone.
Someone just said a kitty. So
Wait, there's a
this-
cat
this-
on that picture?
There was one on that GIF. you
Oh, okay.
posted, the last
Oh,
GIF.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Scott, this guy who comments, literally every video that I post, he will always comment. He's awesome. I love him. And it'll be like this like 5 or 6 sentence monologue that is filled with cat puns. And it's like, hey, I love the fur cast. You know, this would be a meow-tastic day. And I'm like, Scott, how do you keep coming up with this kind of stuff? So Scott's
gold.
on it with the cat references. I love it. Oh, God. Edgar, are you a cat guy?
No, I'm a dog.
Do you see that photo with the older gentleman right there?
Right here?
That guy's gonna be in the Storm Chasing Hall of Fame this year.
Ooh.
100%. There's no way he doesn't make it into the Hall of Fame. You know who that is,
Come on.
Edgar?
Who?
That's David Hoadley. He's like the founder of Storm Chasing.
Oh, really cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Where did you
He's
see
like,
him at?
yeah. At the Mid-Atlantic Storm Chasing Conference a few years ago. He lives up in like the Virginias. So he doesn't venture very far away from home anymore, and they had a conference up there, and I got to meet him.
Pretty rad.
So, yeah, he's an old pioneer of storm chasing. Not a lot of people know about him anymore, which is sad, but
Well, we need to have. That's what the Hall of Fame should be for, though.
that's what it's for. 100%.
I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think Eric Fox tried to get him at the summit last year, and he wasn't able to get him there. But that dude's seen some crazy stuff since he started storm chasing.
Does he still chase?
Sometimes, yeah.
Brady, are
Wow.
you coming to the summit this year?
I am.
Yes, he
yeah,
is.
this is my
Yeah.
first year. Yeah, I know. I'm excited. I'm really
So
excited. but-
you want to know when he started storm chasing?
Sure.
1956.
Dang.
that
That's
is,
crazy.
World
He's a
War
pioneer.
II
You
just
can-
ended.
He was he was also the founder of Storm Track magazine and a newsletter that aimed to bring chasers together, creating the first sense of a storm chasing community.
So he was
This is this
also
guy
like
right
the
here.
Storm Chase OG marketer as well, marketing. Hero.
Yeah, he was born in
love this
1938. Yes.
dang.
Wild.
So
That is-
he's
I just, wow.
I'd like to have
Just think
dinner
about
with him and just ask questions.
I
So
asking him questions when I was out there was crazy. There's another guy that has been following me since I was in high school. I think I just graduated high school and started storm chasing. And I was like, who is this guy? Let me find him here. I was like, this guy has been one of my biggest supporters ever. And it turns out he is, hold on, let me find him here. His name's Larry Wilson.
It's unreal. Think about nowadays you tell people you storm chase them you tell the average person are you crazy? Imagine back then when no one have heard of that. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go chase this storm, and then I don't even know if you could take pictures back then.
I wonder if he gets
But,
asked the same questions.
So,
Have you ever seen one? Have you ever
Yeah.
seen a tornado?
right. There's another guy that's been following me since my freshman year, college, when I started storm chasing. And I was always like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's super nice. He lives in Kansas City. And I told Corey Hartman one day, I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's always commenting on stuff. And I gave him his name. And he goes, you don't know who Larry Wilson is? And I was like, no. Well, Larry Wilson actually used to work. He was one of the first U.S. Air Force meteorologists back in the day. He was born in 1937. But he was on the desk with Miller and Fabush and learned from Miller and Fabush. If you know those names,
Oh,
I bet
cool.
Hunter Hurley knows those names.
I'm looking at his Wikipedia now. So
Hunter, do you know those names?
I do not.
You should look him up. So he was trained by the guy who issued the first ever tornado warning.
Wow. That's so cool.
So yeah, he lives in Kansas City and he just watches storm chasers all the time.
What's his name?
Larry Wilson. So what's cool is he'll send me messages sometimes. Like I'll read one to you because they're really cool. They're so unique. So like, you know how Brady, you said that guy will send you like cat puns sometimes?
yeah. All the time.
So he will leave me comment, like he'll send me a message and it'll be some story. So he was like, "Hey Jordan, thanks for the Dove update showing the greenfield damage pattern. My first view of the next door houses being missed or destroyed was on 9/11/1961 when a tornado slammed into Galveston as Hurricane Carla moved into southeast Texas. I drove through Galveston after leaving SAT to join the United States Air Force." And then he like breaks down like all these old forecasts that they had made with like Fabush and like all the old school forecasting stuff. And it's always super cool to hear some of those stories. So
was it with Larry Fabush?
No, it would have been. Let me find him here.
Because I looked up Larry Fabush. It says he's a former mechanic at Union Pacific Railroad, which I don't think that
No.
is. I don't think that's our same guy.
Look up Robert C. Miller.
Okay.
And then you also have, let me find Fabush.
Oh, there he is. Can I show Wikipedia on stream, or will I get kicked for that?
no, you can do that. It's public.
Yeah, that's all public. Colonel Ernest J. Fabush.
Oh wow, military. Tinker Air Force Base, tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Look up
Was it a picture
Ernest
of planes that
Fabush.
got hit? That's cool.
Yeah. Fabush is the another guy there.
What's his first name?
Ernest. Earnest. And then Fabush. Fawbus. I wonder if he has a Wikipedia. I wasn't seeing his name come up on
Does
Wikipedia.
not exist. Let's see if you have one, Jordan.
I doubt I have one, but Edgar does.
Jordan Hall, American football.
No, I don't play
Come
football.
on.
Oh, I don't have one.
Edgar, you don't have one?
I don't think so. No, I have a. Somehow I was on IMDb or something though, but not this.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. I gotta do
I think you were. Did you get on there because of Twisters?
I don't know. Maybe that might have been it.
But yeah, no, it's cool seeing some of like the old school guys from tornado forecasting and getting to talk to them and pick their brain because the world's changed so much just in the last 10 years.
Brady, and for everyone watching, honestly, if you are curious about what movies, like how you're Googled, you can set up Google alerts, and anytime anytime something is new on your name is new to be searchable, it'll let you know.
Wow.
So it's a really
That's
good
cool.
way if you want to keep up with like, hey, like, do I have any new,
Hits or
it
whatever.
honestly can let you know also if people are talking crap about you. So it's just good to have, honestly.
Sure, there's a lot of that. Actually, I'm sure there's none of that at all.
It's probably the majority of that.
Oh, God. That's a lot of that. Someone, Mama G just told me to check my DMs. Hold on, Mama G. I'm checking now.
Mama G is a
Mama G.
lawyer. I think Mama G might have found me when I did the podcast with you all.
Yeah.
And Mama G has been always
There it is. You found it.
Mama G.
She's incredible. Yeah, this was Mama G. Mama G found it. She's awesome. So this is historic. Okay, so was this the first ever tornado warning that was issued?
I believe so. It's in Oklahoma, Tinker Air Force Base. Wow. Robert C. Miller and Fabush. Yep.
There we go.
So this guy, Larry Wilson, worked on the desk with Miller and Flatbush. They were teaching him how to forecast.
Wow. I wonder if anyone. I bet when they did that, they were just like, "Yeah, right." You know, it was like the classic, movie where they're just like, "Yeah, who's this scientist? Get him out of here!" You know, we've got a war to fight. What are you talking about? Yeah. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Look at that, guys. We learned about the first ever tornado warning today, and we learned about one of the first ever storm chasers. Is he like the founder of storm? Not obviously not.
Basically, the founder of storm chasing.
Just crazy.
David Hurley.
Yeah. But that's so cool. We might have to have. Well, I mean, how amazing would that be? If we had him on this show or something like that. He has
a Wikipedia. Yeah, his starts with. David Hoadley, born in 1938, is an American pioneer of storm chasing and the first widely recognized storm chaser.
Wow.
He's like 87 years old.
Oh, look, we got a dog picture from Caitlin. See, sometimes people will send me dog pictures too, but mostly cats. Caitlin, that's a very cute dog. That's for sure. All right, well, Jordan, I know you got to go, my friend. You got an anniversary to get to. I do not want to keep you from that. Let's just go around the horn and do one final thought, and then we'll roll. Edgar, I'll start with you.
Oh yeah, my final thought is let's wait and see tomorrow where I end up. We'll see if I'm out chasing, and I always tell people to leave to get something good for somebody, because it's so easy and you can like change people's lives by just being nice. So be nice to at least one person today. Do something good.
Amen, brother. Amen. Jordan, you're up. Jordan, I mean, got to top that. It's hard to top that, my friend.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, be mean to everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Just be an ass to everyone.
Yeah, just be an ass. No, obviously, what Edgar says, take what Edgar said, roll it into what I'm saying, and then obviously, I hope everybody had a fantastic holiday, had a fantastic New Year. We're gonna go into 2025 and absolutely kill it. I hope everybody else does too. And yeah, stay weather aware, stay safe. 2025.
2025.
Yeah,
everyone spam
stay
happy
safe and have
anniversary
fun.
to Jordan
Yeah.
and Sierra in the chat too, guys.
Thank you. It means a lot. So
Spam it. And make sure you spam them on Twitter too. Spam them on Twitter, wherever they're on social media, just tweet at them. And let's have a tweet storm of happy anniversaries.
A tweet storm?
That's going to be the next movie. Tweet Storm 5 or something.
Tweet Storm 5.
Edgar, or Hunter, you're up. What's your final thought, my friend?
Not many final thoughts other than, is my screen backwards on the stream? Because of my end, it's backwards.
No.
That's weird.
No,
okay.
You're good.
Final thoughts are, I'm very pumped up for this system coming through on Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be really interesting to see it unfold, especially with that possible warm nose slightly hindering some total snowfall amounts. Some areas
Don't you curse that, Hunter.
Some areas may see a fine gradient between 30 miles that may see 4 inches, and 30 miles north of that may see upwards of 12 inches. So it's going to be really awesome to see that setup. I love these kind of systems, and I love tracking them. And this one I get to chase, so I'm really excited for that. Brady, I hope you get what you're hoping for. I hope you get some snow. If not, I will send you plenty of pictures of me doing snow angels.
I hope you get 1.5 feet of snow, Brady.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I'm rooting for you, man.
And it's not going to happen.
I'll bet the over.
Hunter's going to send this. I'm going to see one photo. I'm going to look at it as I'm sitting on my porch watching no snow falling, and I'm going to throw my phone off the ledge. I'm going to do it. You're going to see me do it, and it's going to be a disaster because we're going to get nothing. But
is it going to be like that instance where you leave for a day and like 4 tornadoes happen is the day that you leave, like last week?
Yep. Oh yeah, you didn't hear about that, Jordan. Literally, I literally like went to Florida for a day, and we had 4 tornadoes in Ohio. One within like 5 miles of my house. So. Fantastic.
I was texting Brady on Twitter that entire day, like, "Hey, did you see this?"
Yeah, of course I did. Massive donation here from Matthew Allen. Mesomat
in the house.
Donation. Let's go. Hype. Oh, Thank you, Mesomat, for that amazing donation. I've been waiting to use that. I've been waiting to use that animation for so long. Thank you, my friend. Oh, that is amazing. He says, appreciate you guys so much. Maybe I'll see you guys around Western Kentucky. You know what, Mesomat, I might be driving down there if these storm totals hold, because I won't be able to just sit here and not do anything. But anyway. All right, guys. Well, that about does it here on the stream. We had a fun stream today. We went longer than I thought we were going to. We covered the winter storm that is about to impact portions of the Ohio Valley. We're going to get up to a foot of snow, a foot of snow in some locations, and significant freezing rain. So if you do live in those areas, make sure you listen to your local National Weather Service. Keep an eye out for winter storm warnings as these get upgraded. That will be your best bet to determine who's going to get the most snow and who's not. Your local National Weather Service is the best tool. You use us for the high level, and then use your local National Weather Service for the actual specifics at your location. So, as for all of us here at the Stormfront Freaks, thank you for joining us today. I may be live on Sunday covering this as well as the severe weather, so look for that. I know Jordan and Edgar might be live as well, so go ahead and check them out on their YouTube pages. Jordan, what's the best way to find you on social media or YouTube?
Storm Chaser Jordan Hall.
What? No way. Edgar, what about you? What about you?
EdgarTheStormChaser.com. Everything, all my links are there. So EdgarTheStormChaser.com.
Fantastic. Hunter, what about you, my friend?
Primarily use X. You can just find me on X at Hunter Hurley WX.
Love it. Yeah, you got some great content over there too, my friend. And
Yes,
that
he
about does it
does.
here for us. We will we'll see you next week on the episode of if we got weather going on next week. We'll see you next week for that. If not, we'll see you the following week. And as always, do like Edgar said, find someone, tell them you love them, do something nice for them, give them a hug. As always, not just this time of year, but all the times of year. So, thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Peace.
Bye.
That was fun, guys. That was fun. Jordan, thanks
Thank you.
for rolling with us on your anniversary, man.
No, thanks
you're
for
awesome.
having
Tell Sierra we owe her a big debt,
Yeah, I'll tell her. I'll let her know.
and she's got to get on the next one. We got to have her on the next.
I know. I got to get her on one of these.
Oh, my room smells terrible from the hockey gear that I have in here.
And then Edgar, I'll let you know too what the plan is. You're muted, by the way.
Oh yeah, it auto mutes you when I start playing this song for some reason. It's stupid.
Oh, there we go. I didn't know.
Edgar,
Now I'm unmuted.
thank you for joining us, man.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I enjoyed it. Last time I was on, I had a good time, and this time too. Anytime I'm not doing anything and you want to invite me, I'll gladly come on here and chat.
Hell yeah.
Nah, Edgar, you're the man. Thank you, my friend. It's a good show. And with that $20, like we could each get, if we'll split it 5 ways, we could each get some nuggies from Wendy's.
No, man, that's gotta go to the
Oh,
jet
there you
fund.
go.
That's gotta go to the
Yeah.
jet fund.
Gotta go to the jet fund, bro.
Oh, it does. Gotta go to the jet fund.
Hey, by the
Oh,
way, we need
man.
to do a Twisted stream soon.
All right, I'm in.
I got
know
my
we put-
PC hooked
we
up.
push Outbreak
by
at
the
the
way.
top.
Oh man, I don't.
You got what hooked up?
I have my PC hooked up, so I can play the PC games now.
Oh, yes.
I don't
yes.
just have my Mac, so.
Sweet.
Jordan,
Well, I'm gonna
next
hop
week I'll
off
be-
here.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah, dude.
Next week you'll be what?
I'll be around, so let's do it.
Okay, yeah, we'll plan something for next week too, and then I'll let you know, Edgar.
Sounds good, man.
All right, see you later, Hunter. See you guys all later.
Happy anniversary to you and Sierra.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
All right,
Fun
I'm
stream.
heading out, gentlemen. This was fun.
Thank you, Edgar.
Love you guys.
Love you too. my
Hunter, have fun chasing that snow. Brady, I really do hope you get some snow, dude. So,
friend.
Good talk.
see you.
It's not gonna happen. Am I gonna
Brady,
get no
you're-
snow? Gonna get 0 inches.